I'd say the Ford Mustang is in my top 3 when it comes to GT3 cars in iRacing and Assetto Corsa Competizione. It's one of the newest GT3 cars, has a brutal V8 and can be a bit stubborn. If you're a sim racer and want a near 1-to-1 replica of a current GT3 wheel, your options are relatively limited. Now, VPG is not only releasing the first officially licensed Ford sim racing wheel, but it is also a true premium product that uses the exact same materials and molds as the real wheel. You could say it's bolted straight from the pony's cockpit onto your wheelbase with minimal adjustment. So it's not exactly a last-minute Christmas present that's not going to break the bank. Who is it for and what makes it so special? Let's find out together. Welcome back to Overtake, I'm Michel and I've been riding this carbon monster on our rigs for the last few days. Yeah, British sim racing hardware forge VPG in collaboration with BF1 Systems is launching the Ford Mustang GT3 Wheel today. Let me give you a few facts about this noble steed. The price is definitely tough. For the authentic pony experience, VPG wants $2,049 without tax. Yeah, British pounds and euro prices are shown. That's a bit below 2,000 then for these currencies, but yeah, you also get everything that makes a real racing wheel, including the development and ergonomic tweaks made by Ford Performance and its GT racing teams over the last few years. The packaging is beautifully simple in the Mustang design and looks good on the shelf as a collector's item. The box basically consists of the wheel, the USB cable for the M12 connector and some Gale stickers. The latter are very high quality and it's good that VPG remembered to include a spare for the original button layout in case you change it and want to restore the original setup of buttons. The wheel has a diameter of 309mm and weighs only 1,120 gram. There's no screen or even shift LEDs, as the wheel follows, of course, the replica approach. However, an important adjustment has been made for use in sim racing, and I'm very grateful for this. We get 2 7-way funky switches that can perform multiple functions, a modification that makes perfect sense and adds so much utility compared to 2 standard buttons that are on the real Mustang GT3 wheel. In combination with the multi-switch below, you can also assign the encoders of the 7-way switches to 4 different functions. So there's a setting for 0 and all the others. So you can't use all of the 12 to have different functionality. We asked VPG about this. Yeah, that seems to be some sort of Windows input limitation, so it's only possible to have 4 different functions. Yeah, for example, ABS, brake bias, and so on. There are also 10 front buttons, each with 4 addressable RGB LEDs, which also have a decent brightness. Yeah, 2 rear buttons can be used for other functions. I often use them for ignition and engine start, for example, in ACC, DRS, or just open the pit menu in AMS2, for example. It's quite helpful to have these. The 3 rotary switches are also backlit with 12 LEDs each. The magnetic pedal shifters are tight and tend to have a shorter throw than those we have tested on other wheels in recent months. All the buttons, including the shifters and also the dual clutches, feel exactly as they should. Just great, really. The fact that the double clutches are at the top seems unusual first, but you soon get used to it. In theory, we have a total of 79 mappable inputs and 76 controllable LEDs. Would a couple of thumb encoders near the handles have been nice? Absolutely. But that would have taken us further away from the original Mustang GT3 wheel. In case you were wondering, this is a PC sim racing wheel only. It is compatible with 15.8mm PCD and 70mm PCD quick release systems. The latter only if you have the separately available VPG Wheel hub. This costs just under £50 or $60, and it would be nice if it came with the wheel. We were able to install Asetek, Moza, SimOcube and SimMagic quick releases without any problems and tested the wheel with a variety of bases. On a side note, I've been testing the SimMagic Alpha U for a few days now, and man, that wheelbase is great. We'll have a full review on this and other things soon, so be sure to like, subscribe and ring the notification bell to make sure you don't miss future videos. VPG uses SimHub to control all the LED functions, a tool that has been exciting the sim racing world for a few years now. If you have a lot of time, you can program a lot of sequences, even in combination with telemetry, flags, RPM, a sort of shift LED display with the buttons or flashing in the ref limiter is also possible then for the backlit buttons. But is it a bad thing that there are no RPM LEDs per se? The place where the GT3 logo is embedded would be perfect for them. But if you go for this wheel, you will probably be pairing it with a DDU. Or you could just have a look at the in-game dashboards for the ref shift lights. For me, it was fine. Are there any other special features? Basically, the most important extra feature is the clutch bite point. What we have already criticized about Thrustmaster should not go unmentioned here. Unfortunately, the function cannot be controlled via a software suite or tool, but you need a key combination to adjust the percentage of the clutch bite point between the left and right pedal with individual clicks. Unfortunately, the exact value you set is nowhere to be seen. The process is well explained in the rather short and easy manual. I have just printed it out and will keep it close to the rig. For the price, it's a pity that VPG doesn't even include a small, simple software suite that allows you to make basic settings and also firmware updates. It would be nice to see something like this in the future. During our test period, we were able to update the firmware using an archive and batch file provided by VPG. I think that's also how it will go for the customers out there. So how does it feel to drive with the Mustang GT3 wheel? The ergonomics are first class for me. 300mm wheels are the sweet spot for me anyways, as I have quite broad shoulders. We visited VPG at Sim Formula earlier this year and talked about the philosophy that the wheel body and structure can play a role in delivering force feedback effects, especially when using a lot of carbon fiber. When you test other wheels back to back with the VPG wheel, you notice that the overall balance and fine frequencies are perfectly transferred to the grips. This explains maybe part of the high price. This type of wheel layout has proven to be the best ergonomic option in endurance racing over the decades, and you can tell that the Mustang GT3 wheel, when using it, is just very comfortable to drive. Everything just feels right. And when you actually drive the Mustang GT3 and see in the replay that the steering wheel is the steering wheel, that's just cool for immersion. The wheel is also perfect for prototypes, hypercars, formula cars and so on. I would also like to see the top two 12-position switches set as left and right encoders. I never actually use the fixed positions. I think that's possible also in ACC, right? So that would be another minor drawback, but this could certainly be upgraded with a software update and another button combination maybe to switch the mode. Between encoder and fixed position. As with the clutch bite point, for example, give me some button combination to set it up. The final question is whether the VPG Mustang GT3 wheel offers enough for the high price. At this point, you have to be very committed to the hobby. It's a lot of money. I have to say that I think it's cool that we're finally getting another very well-made modern GT3 wheel for sim racing. For the overall package, I give the VPG Mustang GT3 wheel an 8 out of 10, as the price is already very high and the little things I mentioned should be a bit more flawless. So thanks for watching and see you next time.